Hello, and welcome to the next fitness thing on International Yoga Day. Welcome. We're here today for a 45-minute or so Vinyasa flow, and you will be led by 3 instructors. I'm one of them. My name's Alexis Craig, and we will also, here I'll show you, we also have 2 other wonderful yoga teachers here for you. Trainer Kacey Rodriguez will be leading the warm-up section first. I will be in the middle, and then trainer and yoga teacher Kacey Stuck will be leading the cool down section toward the end. So as you go through this flow, this is meant to be for all levels. So listen to your body. You do what you need. If something that we do doesn't feel right for you, or you want to take a different option, then please know that we encourage you to do that. I do also encourage you to have whatever props handy that you might want to use in this flow. So that might be a mat, it might be a block for stability, or maybe even multiple blocks. And you might even want to have a strap handy. So feel free to have those things around you, and we will encourage you to use them as the time comes. Okay, let's get started. So find your way to some kind of comfortable seat, whatever that looks like for you. You might want to sit up on something. I'm going to be sitting on something to elevate my hips, and you're welcome to do that as well. And however you sit, I just encourage you to have a very stable base. Take a moment to get really grounded here in your seat. If you need to wiggle around a little bit or whatever you might need to do to get comfortable, then I encourage you to do that. And when you're ready, take your palms and turn them to face up in your lap. Close your eyes and seal your lips if you can. To breathe through your nose. And I invite you to put a little bit of constriction at the back of your throat so that you can hear your breath, the ujjayi breath, the breath that makes the sound of the ocean. Really feel your inhale and your exhale. Your breath moves at your own pace. You don't have to stay with us. It's your breath, it's your practice. Allow your breath to be a tool to anchor you in this present moment. You can only breathe in the now. And I invite you to lean a little bit more into your back body and breathe all the way down. Breathe down into your shoulders, into your chest, into your belly. Breathe all the way down to your seat. And as you exhale, exhale from your seat, from your belly, from your chest, from your shoulders. Stay with your breath. Take a moment with your inhale to check in. Every inhale, check in and just notice what is real for you now. And with your exhale, let go. Let go and be held by the earth. Ground and release. Every inhale, check in. Every exhale, let go. And today we meet here on the summer solstice. It is the day of the most light of the entire year. I invite you to allow this light to shine down and in and through you. Allow your breath to stoke the fire of the light within you. And as you flow through this practice today, to shine your light and be the light. The light that we celebrate today on the brightest of days. As we celebrate yoga. As you stay grounded with your breath, I invite you to set an intention for this class. Why did you come to this practice today? Get really clear. Maybe even name it out loud. Why are you here today? As you inhale, breathe in this intention. And as you exhale, let go of anything that may stand between you and your intention. Why did you come to this practice today? And I encourage you to stay with your breath here for a few moments as we shift and transition and begin to move with Kathy.
I want you to take yourselves from that seated position into a wide-kneed child's pose on your mat, stretching your arms out forward, bringing your forehead towards the mat, stretching your spine, tucking that tailbone under, breathing in, continuing this practice for your body, for your mind, for your spirit. Allow this practice to give yourself whatever you need today. Physically, emotionally, spiritually. Inhale that all in. Exhale, releasing deeper into the stretch. And with your next breath, I want you to walk your hands to the right side of your mat, placing your right hand on the right side and your left palm on top of your right hand. And exhale deeply, stretching your left side body, keeping your hips square, making sure you sit down into that left hip. Inhale, release it a little. Exhale, stretch a little deeper, finding that space that your body needs today. Inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, walk your hands across the mat, placing your left hand on the left side of your mat, your right palm on top of your left, and exhale down into that right hip, squaring your hips, stretching your right side body. Continue to listen to your body as you inhale, releasing, exhaling, stretching. To your breath, recognizing that every side is different. Every day is different. Today is your practice, your movement. On the next inhale, Bring yourself back to center. One final stretch here, one final tuck here. And on that next inhale, bring yourself up to that tabletop position. Shoulders over wrists, triceps wrapped in, knees hip distance apart as we release our hips, our belly, shine our light forward. Breathing through that cat-cow, tucking that tailbone, stretching that spine, tucking your chin. We're here for a couple of breaths, so find the movement that you need in this cat-cow. Perhaps today you need a little bit of the release. Perhaps today you need a little bit more of the stretch. One more breath here. Inhaling and exhaling. On your next inhale, come to that neutral spine. Inhale your left arm to the sky and thread that hand through to the other for thread the needle. Now you can relax your shoulder on a bolster or pillow. Keep your right hand planted, stretch it out forward. Inhale, exhale. Perhaps today you wish to take that bind with that hand behind your back, opening that chest a little deeper. Or perhaps not. This is your practice. On your next inhale, if you took that extension or that bind, bring that palm to your face. Press into your palm. Raise that left hand up to the sky and bring it back to center. Make any adjustments you need before we move on. And now moving on, inhale that right arm to the sky. Thread that needle through. And again, take any stretch that you need for this side of your body. Inhale. Exhale. On that next inhale, bring that palm again towards your face. Press into your palm. Raise that right arm to the sky and lower that palm to the mat. We are taking ourselves down onto the mat. So, however you release yourself down, belly on the mat, arms out to a T, ear to the mat just for a brief moment here. Looking to your left side. Breathing in, breathing out. With that next inhale, bend your left knee, your left elbow, press into your palm, and bring that left foot up and over. Remember, every side is different. This scorpion stretch. Inhale. Exhale. Deepening the stretch if you want. Listening to your body throughout today's practice. On the next inhale, release that foot. Extend that left hand. Bring yourself to a neutral position. Shake those hips. And switch sides, placing your your left ear on the mat. Bend your right foot. Bring that right palm towards your chest. Press into that palm and lift that right foot up and over. Remember, every side is different. Listen to your body and your practice. Inhaling. Exhaling, deepening that stretch. On your next inhale, bring yourself back to center, extending that right arm out Now bringing your hands close to your chest, press up. Back into your back into your tabletop position. Inhale, exhale. On your next inhale, take your left foot outside the mat, keeping your left palm on the mat. Extend your right leg out and open your right arm to the sky. Modified side plank here. Now, if you wish, you can bring that right foot off the mat. Bend your knee and reach back for that foot, opening your chest, opening your hip. Preparation for poses later today. Inhale, exhale, and with your next inhale, release that foot if you took it. Release your foot down to the mat. Exhale, bringing that right palm to the mat and stepping your left foot in, switching sides. Inhale, take that right foot out, left foot extended, right palm to the mat, open that left arm up to the sky. And again, every side is different. Perhaps this side, that bending of the knee after you lift it, that reaching back isn't in your practice. You do, you today. Inhale, exhale. And with that next inhale, release that foot, drop it to the mat. Bring yourself back to center. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Walk your dog, pedaling your feet out. And bend both knees, look to the top of the mat. Hop or step forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Arms out to the side, rise all the way to standing. Inhaling those arms up, bringing them down to heart center and releasing them. I want you to take those shoulders. We're going to do a little shoulder rolls up, back, and down. Inhaling up, back, exhaling down. Nice big shoulder rolls. Inhale, exhale. That felt so good. Moving on, we're going to be lifting our feet. So if you need to move to some place to give you some stability, do that now. Otherwise, we'll stand here. Feet hip distance apart. I want you to root down into your standing leg. Engage this top leg. I'm putting my hands on my hips and I'm going to lift that knee up. We're going to do this 3 times and release it down. Finding the balance for your body in today's practice. Inhale, those tailbones tucked under, looking forward. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. With this next inhale, we're going to lift the knee up, grab the foot, and do a nice quad stretch. So lifting that foot up, sliding my hand down, grabbing that knee. You can also use a strap, tucking that tailbone under, knee to knee, if you can do that in your practice today. Chest is open, shoulder is back. Inhale, exhale, release that foot to the mat. Moving on to the other side. Find that rooting down into that other leg. Remember, every side is different. If you find your ankle rolling, press into that big toe. Inhale, lifting that knee up, finding that space. Exhale. 3 times, here we go. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. And now that quad stretch. Remember, every day and every side is different. Bring that knee up, slide that hand down. Roll open your shoulders, you grab that foot. Again, utilizing a strap if you need to today. Inhale. Exhale. Release that foot to meet the other. Again, coming to the top of your mat. Inhale those arms up. Exhale down through heart center, forward fold. Let your body hang here just for a brief moment. Plant your palms, step your right foot back, your left foot back. Bring yourself forward for a chaturanga. Chest lift, baby cobra, a full lift. Tuck those toes and shift your hips back to child's pose. Breathing in and breathing out here as we transition to Alexis.
Breathing in child's pose. Really let yourself be held by the earth. Let your forehead melt to the earth. Let your hips sink back into your heels and stay with your breath. Remember your intention for this class. Why did you come to this class? And just know that if anything that we offer in this section is not for you today, you're welcome to come back to this child's pose at any time. This is a place of refuge and home, always. I invite you to activate your hands, spread your fingers, and tuck your toes under. And lift your hips for downward facing dog. Spread all 10 fingers on the earth. And bend both knees. Press your chest way back so that your belly comes to your thighs. Opening your heart into yourself. And then play with sinking your heels down toward the earth as you spread your toes and ground. Feel the energy sliding down the backs of your legs. Feeling the stretch. Staying with your breath. Every inhale, make more space. Every exhale, ground into the earth. With an inhale, reach your right leg up in the air. As you exhale, bring your right knee forward toward your nose. Shift forward to the plank. Try it again. Press back to downward dog. Reach your right leg up and inhale. Exhale, come forward to the plank. Bring your knee to your nose. One more time. Inhale, reach your right leg up. And exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Inhale, reach your right leg up. And exhale, place it down. Drop your knees to the earth and drop your hips back to take child's pose. Stay with your breath. Activate your hands, tuck your toes. Lift your hips, downward dog. Right leg, reach it up in the air. This time, bend your knee. Open your knee out to the side. Reach your right foot up and over your body as though you're reaching it for your left hand. Keep your weight even between your two hands and breathe into your open hip. One more breath here. Inhale, extend your right leg and square your hips. Exhale, bring your right foot forward between your hands and drop your back knee to the ground. Untuck your toes and lift your heart, lift your arms up for low lunge. Press your hips forward and feel the stretch in the front of your thigh. And breathe. Inhale right here. As you exhale, bring your elbows wide and down for cactus. If you need to pad your knee, please feel free to do so. One more breath here. With your next inhale, reach your arms up in the air. Palms face one another. As you exhale, drop your hands to the earth, tuck your back toes under, and lift your back knee off of the earth. Be sure that each foot has its own line. It's not a balance beam. Inhale right here. As you exhale, lift your hands and reach them forward. With your exhale, lift your chest up for a crescent lunge. Inhale. Exhale, cactus arms once again, elbows wide. Draw your elbows back, draw your wrists back, and open your heart. One more breath. Inhale, arms reach up, palms face one another. Spin your back heel down. And now do align your feet from side to side. We are headed to warrior two. Ground through the pinky toe side of your left foot, arms open to a T. Your eyes gaze over the middle finger of your right hand. Maintaining a deep bend in your right knee. Inhale. As you exhale, let your left hand come down, right arm reaches up, and reverse your warrior, lengthening through both sides of your body. Shine your heart up to the sun as she shines down and through you. Inhale. As you exhale, find your way back through warrior two and bring your right elbow to your right knee as your left arm reaches up and over for extended side angle. Keep your deep bend in your right leg. One more breath here. With an inhale, come back to warrior two. As you exhale, square your hips to the front of your mat once again and arms reach up to return to crescent lunge. I encourage you to heel toe your foot out to the side so that your hips each have their own line. Your feet each have their own line. Inhale here. As you exhale, hinge your upper body forward. Bring some weight to your right leg. Really power up your right leg. And as you exhale, bring your weight into your right leg and play with the idea of lifting your left leg off of the ground for warrior three. Playing with your balance, squaring your hips. Find something to gaze upon that's not moving. You have one more breath right here. Inhale. And as you exhale, gently stand up. If you felt that as intense, then take a moment here to shake out your leg. Whew. Ground your right foot on the earth. And just like we did with Kathy, bend your left knee and reach back for your left foot with your left hand for the quad stretch. Now, you are welcome to stay right here. You're also welcome to extend your right arm up in the air. Find something to gaze upon that is not moving. And begin to kick your left foot into your left hand. Kick your foot back, and perhaps your chest opens even more, your shoulder opens even more. We are headed into dancer pose. If you'd like to use the wall to support your balance, please feel free to do so. This standing back bend, dancing with your balance. It's not a stable, steady hold. It's a dance. Allowing yourself to go with the flow, to shift and move as you will. You have one more breath right here. Inhale. As you exhale, gently come back to a neutral posture. Release your foot and arms reach up in the air. Lift your heart and your eyes heavenward. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Come all the way down. Let your head go, let your neck go. Inhale, hands to your shins, halfway lift. As you exhale, let your hands find the earth. Step back to the plank. Inhale, shift forward to your tiptoes. Exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. Untuck your toes. Inhale, cobra, lift your head and your heart. And as you exhale, press into your hands, lift your hips up and back. For child's pose once again. Hips come back, arms reach forward, bow into yourself. And recover. And remember your intention. And if you found that to be intense, that's okay. And now you know what to expect for the second side. So if you know that you would be well served to move closer to a wall, then I encourage you to do that. A couple more breaths here. With your next exhale, open your mouth and let out a deep sigh. Spread your fingers on the earth, tuck your toes under, lift your hips for downward dog. And take this moment to stretch out your feet, your calves, your hamstrings. Bend your knees, press your chest back towards your thighs. Open your heart and your shoulders. Sink your heels to the earth with an exhale. Inhale, reach your left leg straight up and back. As you exhale, bring your knee to your nose and your nose to your knee in the plank. Once again, inhale, left leg reaches in down dog. Exhale, plank, knee to nose. One more time. Inhale, reach in down dog. Exhale, knee to nose in plank. Inhale, reach, downward dog. Exhale, foot to the earth, knees to the earth. Take child's pose one more time. Let your shoulders go. One more breath. Power up your hands and tuck your toes. Lift your hips, downward dog. Inhale, reach your left leg up in the air, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend your knee, open your hip and reach your left foot up and over for your right hand. For this back bend in downward dog. Your right toes still point toward your nose. One more breath. Inhale, extend your left leg. Exhale, bring your left foot forward between your hands. Drop your back knee to the earth. Pat it if you need to. Maybe even just fold your mat under. Untuck your back toes and arms. Reach up for low lunge. Press your hips forward into the stretch and breathe. Breathing to the front of your hip, to your quad. One more breath right here. Inhale. As you exhale, cactus arms, elbows go wide, palms forward, draw your elbows back. Breathe to your heart. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, palms come down on either side of your foot. Tuck your toes under
and lift your back knee up. Be sure that each foot has its own line. Inhale. Exhale, rise up for crescent lunge. Your back leg is mostly straight. Feel the stretch still in the front of your right hip. Inhale. Exhale, cactus arms here, elbows wide. Breathe to your heart, to your shoulders. One more breath here. Feeling your strength. Inhale, arms reach by your ears. Exhale, spin your back heel down, heel to arch alignment, arms open to a T, warrior two. Your eyes gaze over the middle finger of your left hand. Shoulders are down and breathe. Inhale. Exhale, right hand finds your right thigh. Left arm reaches up, reverse your warrior. Eyes gaze to your fingertips of your left hand. And keep your bend in your left knee. One more breath here. Inhale, return to warrior two. And exhale, left elbow, left knee, right arm reaches up and over. Extended side angle, looking for a long line from your right fingertips down your arm, down your right side body, down your hip, the outside of your right thigh, to your right pinky toe. You have one more breath as you shine your heart heavenward. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale here. Exhale, square your hips to the front of the mat and swoop your arms up by your ears. Inhale. Exhale, shift your weight forward to your left foot. Bring your weight into your left foot. Extend your left leg and lift as you tilt to warrior three. Reach through your top of your head, reach through your back heel, and ground all four corners of your left foot. Surfing the waves. One more breath. And then gently shift to a standing posture. Shake out your left leg if you need to. Recenter yourself standing. Find your breath. Stand on your left foot. Inhale. As you exhale, come back to your quad stretch. Reach back for your right foot. Again, you're welcome to use the wall here. Find a gaze on something that's not moving. Inhale. As you exhale, let your left arm come up by your ear. Inhale. As you exhale, kick your right foot in to your right hand and find a back bend here. Looking for the stretch in the front of your hip. Grounding into all four corners of your standing legs, surfing the waves. Playfully. If you fall out of it, you fall out of it. You come back. One more breath right here. Inhale. As you exhale, gently return to a neutral posture. Release your foot. Exhale, find your feet on the earth. Inhale, arms reach up in the air, eyes up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the earth, step back to the plank and all the way down to chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And as you exhale, drop your knees to the earth, bring your hips back for child's pose. Let your forehead rest on the earth. Remember your intention. Why did you come to this class? Take a moment here and recover as we transition to cool down with Kacey.
Take one more slow, steady inhale. And then exhale, long, steady breath out. Maybe sigh out any tension that's left from what's happened so far. And then when you're ready, walk your hands and sit all the way back up and come to sit. Really ground down into your sits bones and send your feet out wide in a straddle position. And you might shift so that you feel really connected with the floor underneath of you. And then grow really tall out of the crown of your head. And then tuck your left elbow inside your left thigh and twist so that your chest is facing more towards the right side of the room. And then eventually you'll send your right arm up towards the ceiling and up over your head to reach towards your left foot. And you might use your left hand to support your head a little bit as you lean towards your left foot. And your next breath in, fill all the way up through your belly, all the way down to your seat. And as you exhale, can you drop your right hip towards the floor? And take one more breath here. Before we come all the way back up to sit, maybe take a second to wiggle your feet. And then we'll do that on the second side. So right elbow comes inside your right inner thigh, turning your chest towards the left. Send your left arm all the way up and over to rest alongside your left ear. And then if you have space or if you want to block here, you can support your head with your right hand. Nice deep inhales. As you exhale, can you drop your left hip more towards the floor? Take two more deep breaths. And then coming all the way back up. Taking one more second just to wiggle through your legs, and then we'll come to lie down on your back. So from your back, we're heading for a figure four. As we go through figure four, pay attention to your knees and make sure that it feels okay in your knees. But we'll cross your right foot over your left and keep your right foot flexed. Right ankle is over your right knee. And then you are welcome to stay here. Otherwise, you can float your feet up off the floor and then grab behind your left thigh with your hands. And then you can send your right knee a little bit more away from your face using your right elbow. And then draw the whole set of your legs more closer to your face. So sending your knee away on the right side, drawing your left knee closer to your face. Breathing into your hips. For the last few breaths, you could stay here or you might play with extending your left foot up towards the ceiling and see how that changes the stretch. And then gently release to bring your feet back towards the floor. Uncross your legs. And then just take a little moment here, maybe doing some windshield wipers, rocking your knees side to side. And coming back to stillness, we will repeat that on the second side. So left ankle crosses over your right knee. You are welcome to stay here, otherwise floating your feet up off the floor. Interlace your fingers behind your right thigh or wherever you can reach. using your left elbow to send your left knee away from your face, drawing your right knee closer to you. And you might find a little movement that feels good, keeping your left foot flexed. Starting to deepen your inhales. And then you might play with extending your foot up towards the ceiling for the last few breaths. And then release your feet back towards the floor. Maybe find windshield wipers one more time. And then when you're ready, float your arms out to a T. Lifting both knees up over your hips, you'll drop them to one side. I'm going to go towards the left first, aiming to get your knees closer to the floor. If they don't quite reach, you can always prop them up with a block or a pillow. And then if it feels okay in your neck, you might turn and look over your right shoulder. Supine twist. Take one more deep breath. Then exhale, coming back up to center. Maybe do a few knee circles between sides, rock side to side, whatever movement feels good. And then your arms come back out to a T and drop your knees onto the second side. And then very slowly floating your knees back up over your hips. We're heading for the last pose of our class today. So if there's some other movement that you would like besides happy baby, take that now. Otherwise, send your heels, your feet up towards the ceiling, and then draw your knees towards your armpits. Reach inside your thighs to grab the outside of your feet, or you could just wrap behind your backs of your thighs, whatever you can reach. Drawing your knees towards your chest, and trying to keep your tailbone as close as it can be to the floor. You might rock side to side or find a little playfulness with it, kicking your feet one at a time. Whatever final movements would feel good to you right now. And then slowly release your feet and give yourself a big squeeze. Then on your next exhale, extending your feet out long, coming to lie down on your mat with your palms out to the side, facing up for Shavasana. Slowly close your eyes if that feels safe to you. Start to release any tension you might have left into the floor. Allow your feet and your legs and your calves to relax. All the way up through your torso, your chest, your shoulders, through your neck, even the little muscles in your face that make you squint or clench your jaw. Allow yourself to be held here by the earth on International Yoga Day for just a few moments. And we will wake you when It's fine. Very slowly, when you're ready, start to come back from wherever you went. Maybe find a little movement in your fingers and toes. You might even extend your arms up overhead and take a big stretch like you're just waking up. Eventually, you'll find your way to one side with your eyes still closed, before coming all the way back up to sit. We will take one final Om together to seal our practice. The light in me sees and recognizes the light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Thank you, team, for joining us on International Yoga Day. I'll transition it back to Alexis.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Kacey. Thank you, everyone who joined today. It was such an honor to be able to practice with you today, and really a joy. If you would like to practice with us more, we have yoga classes on the next fitness thing, plus walking classes and a lot more too. So check us out at thenextfitnessthing.com. And blessings on the summer solstice, blessings on International Yoga Day, and thank you. Yeah, right.